Alright, welcome to part 4 of our Les Paul tutorial video. So in this video we're going to be going over extruding all of our different surfaces and our curves and our pockets as well. So I'm going to get right to our blueprint here. So we just created this surface here and we need to extrude it another 5 millimeters. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn our outline off and just have our surface here. So I'm going to extrude this into a solid. I'm going to go solid and I'm going to extrude surface instead of curve. Straight. I'm going to select the surface and I'm going to extrude it 5 millimeters down. So as you can see there, it extruded it into a solid object. That's perfect, that's exactly what we want. Just like that. So now that I extruded this down 5 millimeters, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move our outline down 5 millimeters so that everything is placed right. And I'm also going to move all of our pockets down 5 millimeters too. So now everything should be on the same plane. Alright, so the first I'm going to extrude is going to be the body of our guitar, and that is 45 millimeters thick there, so I'm going to go ahead and extrude that. So now if I turn this on in our surface, they should match up perfectly, just like that. So that looks good. Turn on our pockets. Now we're going to go through exactly what we have to extrude here. So as you can see on the bottom, we're going to be extruding our control pocket first here. So right there, zoom in a bit. It goes through the body of the guitar and it also goes into our arch top that we created. So all in all, it's 48 millimeters thick, and it's going from the bottom up. So I'm going to move that down to the bottom by moving it 45 millimeters. And then I'm going to extrude it up. $48 millimeters. And I'm just going to turn on our arch top to make sure it doesn't cut into that at all. Perfect, nothing is sticking through, so that's exactly what we want. Now we're going to do our wiring channel there. So that piece is right here, and it's 25 millimeters into the body there. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. I'm going to put that one 25 millimeters down. So for our volume control knobs here, As you can see, we don't have to extrude them into the body, we have to extrude them up through the top of our arch top. So we want to be right here, we want to be going through our arch top. So I'm going to zoom in a bit. Solid, extrude curve straight. Go ahead and select them all. And the number that we extrude doesn't really matter, just as long as it's higher than our arch top is. So I'm just going to select 25 because I know that's higher than our arch top will be. So let's double check. Perfect, they're sticking out. That's what we want. Going to do the same to this curve over here. So this one will only be going through the top. So I'll make that one 25 as well. So now we're going to do our neck and our volume control pockets. Sorry, our pickup pockets. So as you can see here, our pickups just go into our body, and then we want to make sure they go all the way through the top of our arch top there. So I'm going to make these 25, and I'm going to move them up a little bit so that we make sure that they go through our top there. Alright, so that's perfect. They're sticking to our top, but I also want to make sure that they go down into our body a little bit as well. So I'm just going to manually move them down. So I could go a little bit farther on each of them. Alright, so that's perfect there. Turn our arch top off. It gets kind of hard to see everything when all of our lines are on. Alright, so finally we have our neck here. As you can see here, it's on a 3.5 degree slant right there. So I'm going to do that before we extrude it using our gumball tool. I'm going to move it 3.5 degrees. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this one a very large extrusion so we can place it exactly where we need it to be. So I'm going to make it, I'm actually going to do it even bigger than that. So I'm going to make this one 60 millimeters so it gives us lots to work with here. Alright, so Our cutout pocket here for our channel was 25, and here it is, and they're on the same plane there, so we want it to end up at 25 right there. So I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to use the linear dimension tool. I'm going to type in 25. Going to turn off our linear tool there and try that again. Alright, let's change this to front view. Alright, so we're at 24.2 right now. I'm just going to move it up just a hair more. Go back to perspective view. Make sure everything looks good. Alright, so there's a couple more things that we have to do. So the first is put this little extrusion on the back side there. So I'm going to move that down. where it goes on the guitar is it sits around this volume control pocket on the back. So I'm going to scale it so it's just a bit bigger than this pocket here. So I'm going to use the Scale 2D tool, select my object, so I'm going to make that a little bit smaller. We just want to be almost touching all these pockets here. So that looks good. Go ahead and move this one down as well. Alright, so what we want to do is we just want to extrude these ones on the bottom 2 millimeters down into the body. Make sure I'm going in the right way. There we go. 2 millimeters in. That looks good. Do the same over here. Two millimeters. I actually just realized too that we extruded this incorrectly. We need to make it much bigger because we want it to go through the top of our body. We want it to go all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to go solid, extrude planar curve, both directions, and we'll go 45 in both directions. Alright, so in our next video we'll go over our Boolean splits and we'll finish this guitar up.